Hi everyone. So today I'm just going to continue with the building of, the improvement of Moments AI copilot, the knowledge base part. And yeah, let's get started. So in the last live stream, we have gotten to the point where we can use AI to process the images embedded in the documents in parallel so that we get descriptions instead of the actual image itself, which is going to be a lot more simpler for the AI to ingest during the query stage. So that, and also it's also easier to do the retrieval because otherwise things are just going to be like too many modalities. You got the images and you got images embedded inside a text, just a mess. Okay, so other things that I need to do, I actually wanted to, so for now I just need to do some cleanup um, because AI was writing code that was a bit convoluted, and then as it iterates over things, it slowly gets into a state where the code gets less and less maintainable. So let's try to get a cleanup. The other change I made is that now I am using Gemini 3 Flash instead of Pro because Pro is about 3x slower. And also, I think in short tasks, it doesn't offer that much of an advantage. So I have started a fresh new agent, and let's do that. So clean up the code inside source for all TypeScript files. Remove code that are basically no ops. Okay, so let's do that. So one of the no-op things here was it was collecting links, but it wasn't doing anything to them. It was also collecting images, but also wasn't doing anything to them. I wanted to replace the links and the images, but I don't actually want to collect them per se. So that's that. That's doing that. Okay, so so now we have the images all cleared up. Ooh, wow, that's doing a lot of stuff. Once the cleanup is done, what we're gonna do is we're going to replace the links inside our content. So we'll take a look at the links later. Well, actually, we can take it. Now let's take a look what this happened. So this has removed a link item and removed category node. What the hell is it doing? Get imports and okay, I think I'll have to undo this. It's removed clearly way too much stuff. Yeah, okay, let's not do this. Undo all. Do I want to make changes? I don't want to do anything. No, 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 no. I don't want to save anything. Okay, so I think there's no change, hopefully. Instead of doing that, okay, so let's ignore this one, I'll create a new agent and then take a look at what we have. So in content, let's sample a couple of them. So for people who has seen Moment Doc, this is what you actually see. Let's see. These links we don't need to touch. Anything that's internal, so let's search for actually let's just search for how many of them do we have? Nothing in here. What about this? Nothing in here. So let's take a look at By the way, the content v3 thing is the change we're making. We're rewriting the entire thing. Okay. Okay, so this is clearly one of them. This takes you to, this is the image that we were gonna process. Okay, so not HTTP. In this case, anything like that. So that's actually good. So all the links that's relative to that's relative should be changed to a consistent format. Let's see if there are, how many of these do we have? And let's take a look, see whether, hmm. These all seem to be good, but there is one problem. This guy actually points to actions index. So that should go to actions and one of the, yeah, an index. So as index page. And let's see if there are other things like that. Starts, and this is called starts instead of index, which is kind of stupid. Okay. So that means we need to go through all the pages, and if they're treated as an index, we'll give it a different name, right? And then we'll output the new name altogether. So if it's, slash data slash, then we need to find an index page for that particular directory. And that should be okay. So in that case, let's say something like, how should we change the link? Okay, that's not too bad. So for all links like this, internal to the documentation, like the link ends with a slash, which means it is actually pointing to the slash data to a file within slash data whose let's go to index whose as index page property is set to true. Replace all such links in the output of, I think we had something called index, Get imports visitor hook. This is nodes to replace, yeah. And the compile, unify, compile, process single file. Do we have, okay. Of the main function of, stop, how do I stop? Stop. Of index.ts. Yes, now. I'm going to reduce my bitrate for now because I'm not getting enough bandwidth, upload bandwidth. So I'll reduce the bandwidth by half. Since we're not doing anything highly dynamic, you should be able to see what I'm doing. So this guy goes and checks out type, meta loader, and it found doc visitor, the on page who shows a vital row, and so it's okay. Already in the code base. Grabbed as okay, found a bunch of these guys. Examining conflicting and being index performance. This seems to be crucial next step. Okay. Resolving ambiguity. Overview and index. Okay, so that's actually a bug. So let's go to actions. That's clearly a bug. There's an overview and there's an index. So let me actually go to actions. What this points to? This points to action configuration, which points to the the index file. So in this case, we should just get rid of the as index part of overview. That makes things simpler. Now then link slash page to actual files index. Okay, so that's not bad. Okay, so this thing has now new thing called find index pages. Okay, it's putting it inside index, which is kind of unfortunate. So that is what we have. Okay, so we'll keep that and we'll try to run it. Write me the command for processing a single file. Okay, so that is a very long one. Start single dot dot content. And let's go to where we found it, found the components, I think. This one is under design, components. C. Let's see. So my .env should contain my Gemini key. So let's see. Don't yet know what this thing's doing, but we will see. Resolve, process single file. This thing goes in, and if it doesn't exist, it dies away. Oh, here we go. Let's take a look at the output. I'm gonna move this into a new. Okay. New file. Let's take a look. Why does it say description of an embedded image twice? That is odd. Does it always appear twice? Huh. Okay, that's probably a bug. I will not go to it for now. And what about the links? Yep, that goes to index, to overview. Okay. Design layout, okay. Excuse me. Design layout. Okay, that's not too bad. And once we replace that, I think we then need to upload everything onto Moment. So let us do that in Moment, which I'm not showing at the moment. I will change my window to show Moment. Chrome. Yeah, okay. We now need a data structure to support that. So let's call it article. And then each article will have a path. And that's text, and it should be unique, and it really should be unique and required, but okay. Let's do that for now, and then we'll just add a new constraint. Union article path. Okay. So, and then we have content. And that's just a text. And I think that's it. All the references we don't really need to deal with. And we want to enable an embedding for this. I am not entirely sure if everything is under 8,000 tokens. So while we do this, we're gonna just sync the changes, and I am going to go back to cursor, and we're gonna check. So all we need to do is write a for all MDX files inside content, check output their number of tokens using OpenAI's text embedding large when. Okay. So this is a one-time thing. I'm just checking because we did add a lot of these guys. So that alone is like probably 200 tokens. Yeah, so it is counting the tokens. It's running it. Something blew up, cannot find package. Okay. That's okay. So now it has installed it. Ooh. And then once that's done, all we need to do is, well, start running. Run terminal command. Okay. It's just written a file to do that. Okay. Yeah. So once that's done, we're gonna upload everything into Moment. So that will be a separate helper function inside, well, which is called the uploader, and then we'll pass in the Moment a Moment token to upload these things via API. Okay, total is 111,000 tokens. Anything exceeding 8. So once you exceed 8, it no longer fit. Uh-oh. Our product release. Okay, we don't care about that. Everything else seems to be reasonably small. Okay, so that's good. So, change log. Okay, so we'll ignore change log. Did we ignore change log in here? Okay, so we want ignore change log. In index, ignore change log. Yeah, okay, so that's simple. Okay, we'll just ignore everything in changelog. Seems to be odd though, but I guess it doesn't hurt too much. It's just shitty code. Okay, so we have ignored changelog. Now we have that done. Now what we need to do is simulate uploading something. And yes, that's all we need to do, I think. Let's find that. Okay, we'll go to database. I will change the, actually, what I should do is add another window capture. I'm not that good at this, huh? A capture a scene and its sources. Okay, so okay, and this one will select the Chrome thing. Okay, and in this case, I will have to make it smaller because it's now gigantic. I think this will do if I just turn this on. Yes, I think this will do. Okay, so let's try to mimic uploading something. So we'll say something like /gyk-test, and the content is nothing very useful. And we get a post. Okay, this is to read. Okay, so that's the one. We're gonna copy this entire thing, this curl, and I am going to edit the .m file off screen. So we'll call it moment token equals this thing has a bearer token, so let's do that. You can obviously ask the cursor to do some kind of login and obtain the thing itself. It's too much work, so I'm just gonna clone the token. The token is gonna expire, but for now that will do. And then we also want the actual curl. So we'll try that. Just open a new one. In make a new file for doc inside source uploader.ts for each processed file. You should upload it to Moments backend using Moment token found in the .m file. .m file. And let's switch. Okay, so this is already there. The curl looks similar, should looks like this. You should be using GraphQL properly. Limit rate to less than 5 uploads per second. Because we do have a limit on RPS. I don't remember what my account is, but maybe I'll just upgrade it. The path should not include the .mdx suffix. Okay, let me actually check. Hold on. Let me actually check what my plan is. I am a pro plan. Okay. I think I'm already upgraded. Let me see. Yes, I am upgraded. So that's fine. So that should give us 25 RPS. And let's go back to cursor. And we'll say 25 less than 25. Okay. It should be invoked by index using a new command upload. Using new commands, upload and upload all. Upload one and upload all. The upload one is there so we can check. The other thing is that whenever we have a conflict, it should really what it should do is basically update everything, right? So that's an upsert. So in that case, we should get the upsert request first. So we'll go back to Moment and we'll mimic a upsert. So that would take the request, data mutation, insert article, and the path is Yaokai fake content something on conflict. On the unique article path, we do an update. Okay, so we will run a mirror and try to mimic the actual request. All right, so that is that. And once we click, this has the proper thing. Insert with, okay. You can look at the source. There is going to be constraint and update columns, update everything. So that is good. We're going to copy this. And then I'm going to switch back to cursor. And then we'll try to do that. We'll replace this guy. Actually, let's combine them. We only need to replace the data raw part. Yeah. Okay. And this should be it. Let's run and hopefully everything is good. And all this looks reasonable. Once we're done with this, we're going to add an agentic retrieval part on Moment so that the answering agent is able to find references. And we can also give it a couple of additional things to search for. Actually, searching tools. One, it will be like a vector similarity lookup. The other one would be just a full text search. What is this thing doing? Take a look at the uploader. This looks okay. Moment token. How does it use the moment token? Okay, that's correct. Okay, that seems okay. And within index, what did this thing do? Should upload. Okay, we have should upload. And how do we run this? Mode upload one. Let's try that. Content actions overview MDX. That should work. Let's see. Okay, there's no TS. Damn it. Sorry. Dot dot. Let's see if this thing gets uploaded. I am going. Okay, this thing seems to have uploaded. Let's take a look at Moment and see if that is actually there. Overview content. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. All right, so we'll delete that row and then we'll upload everything. So instead of upload one, we'll do upload all. I don't know if this thing's gonna work, by the way, because I'm not sure if it will find all the files. Could not find file for key. Help. Okay, there's some kind of... Oh! So, they've uploaded a few. And let me see. Do we have the index? Yes, that's not bad. That's all coming in. Good. That is very good. Okay, so while this is running, yeah, it's processing. We're gonna create an index, an agent, right? So we'll use Gemini Flash because that's the cheap thing. Call it the question, and then row is a Momen app tutor, a no code full stack dev tutor for a no code full stack web app dev tool dev platform called Momen.app. Goal is to using tools to find relevant documentation in order to answer the user's question. And this will be the question. Okay, and we'll also give it some breaks, and we'll give it a strategy to follow. You can search for, formulate a query for both we'll call it a full text search and vector search. As initial and or as initial starting point. Then if you think if a formula, okay, if a link to another document might be useful to answering the user's question, then read the doc. The links should, if an internal link look like, and then let's give it an example. Where action, I'll give it a quote, actions AI point is the path. Read the doc using the path. Its path. Okay, so we won't put anything else. we now need to create 3 tools. So that should be simple enough. First one, we just call it full text search. And the input is just going to be terms. It's actually not even full text search, it's just a like search. I'm going to change the name. These called, what are these called? Like operator. Name, what is the name of the like operator? Wildcard search. That's wildcard search sounds good because we don't have full text search directly supported at the moment. So that will be query, and what we're gonna do is just gonna query data, and then we'll find the top. See, how do we rank these? Okay, we are going to do something fairly crazy. So we're gonna find an article where the content is like case insensitive, the query. Plus, we're going to sort by, and did we enable? Okay, we're going to sort by the content, and we're going to use vector cosine similarity with the query itself. It's not necessarily good per se. And also, let's see, how do we return everything, huh? Gonna return let me just call this query articles, and then maybe we'll just return a string articles, and then we'll do a formula where we would join the query articles content, and we'll join them together, and I will join them using we'll join them using how do we do this? Okay, we'll have to rely on a code block. So in this case, we're going to run code, and we'll take in, we call them merge articles. And this one takes in the articles. And the value is just query articles. And in here, we are going to output just a string, so merged articles. And then we can use an AI to build it. So merge the articles, the path, these should just return. Let me think about this. Not sure if it's going to work. If it doesn't work, we'll put the query inside the code block as well. The path, the output should look like path. And then a bunch of this. Content. Should we put something in addition to just the comma? Okay, so let's do something like this. 3 of that and 3 of that. And then path space content. Maybe we do like path and content. Okay. Okay, that should be simple enough, I think. But I have a feeling this might not work. Let's run it anyways and see how good our AI copilot for action flow code block works. Takes a while. In fact, it takes a really long while. And it's not dead. And we're gonna hopefully improve on this thing's performance because now you can't even click away. Once you click away, it will like just stop. So all your work is wasted. But from what I know, even though this appears as if it's completely dead, it's not. And I think we don't even have ability to like copy and directly import that into the UI, which is just to tell you that our copilots are still in its infancy. Come on, finish thinking, please. And another thing that currently is quite limiting for Moment is that our action flows are not able to output arrays, and that is going to be quite unfortunate, right? So, um, yeah, so that will get fixed early next year in an effort we call uh, type refactor. It's almost done. Once that's done, action flow will be able to return that, but that's a prerequisite. So once type refactor is done, we'll start adding these functionalities into action flow. Okay, I'm starting to lose faith in this thing. It shouldn't take this long. Meanwhile, while we're waiting for this and avoid this thing going into a limbo, we're going to go to data and check out our articles. I mean, it seems to have everything. And let's take a look at the content. Maybe for these really long text fields, we should have like a thing to like open it up, right? So like this, but still it's kind of small. Maybe you'll get something like a docx, sorry, MDX renderer. Try it live. And we will use source mode, put all this in, go back. AI points. Checking and purchasing AI points. So that's good description of an embedded image. Displays shows la 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 la. This is not too bad. Huh. Visually guides the user to specific navigation element on the project details page. That's not too bad. Okay, why am I under the impression this thing's dead? It's taking much longer than I think it should. And I don't have a way to debug it. Okay, then in order to make it not go crazy, let's try to do something. I'm gonna do just return 333. See if that works. We have created a task. Do we have two tasks? Yes, we are running a task. This takes too long. Okay, I think this thing is currently broken. So I will have to write this code without the assistance of AI. Can I write it? Let's see. So what we need are the path and the content of our articles. So we're gonna write something constant articles equals context dot run GQL. I'm actually gonna check our docs. Okay, so that's that. Name is query articles. This has to match, and we have a query, which is a string, I think. Forgot the types. But I'll find it out. Yes, string. So this is just GQL. It's something that it's something that is popularized by Facebook, I think, in like 2016-ish. We use it almost exclusively in Momen. So article, and we need a where I will need some assistance with this. So let's go to a GraphQL of some sort. It's a thing for checking. Can I click on this? Try the live demo, yes. And I'm gonna change, can I change that's a doc. Okay, I cannot change it, I think. Well, in that case, I will be using something called alter GraphQL. Hopefully it doesn't need me to download. Do I need to download? Try it for free. Log in to get started. Okay, so by the way, their Altair's performance is actually fairly bad, especially if your schema gets large. It's like really bad. All right. In that case, the way you use these things is you just issue a request and then you copy this guy and you put it in here and you refresh the docs. It's loading. Okay, now it's done. And then we're gonna write our query, which is this guy over here. Okay, we have a query, and then we have a thing called query. We just say design or something. Okay. So where content I like query and sort order by actually this has to become like this, right? And then order by distance. Oh, we also need an embedding. That is not good. That's not good. We did not expose the I don't think we have the get embedding thing. That's unfortunate. All right. Okay. We'll do the proper way. I was trying to, yeah, I was trying to hack it. Think I can accumulate inside these. Can I not? Set variable. Yes, I can accumulate. All right, we won't run code. We'll run a loop, and then we'll do it from loop articles, and we'll loop over the articles. And then for each article, we're gonna combine the path and the content, and then we'll put it inside the variable. So we'll do set variable accumulate, and then we can only for the output we are going to concatenate output, and then a new line and a bunch of this, 3 of that, and then the path. In fact, we're going to do path, that, new line, and then put in the content. Okay, so that should work. And then for the output, we're just going to put output merged articles. And then we will output the variable. Okay, so that should be done. And let's test it before we do anything. So I am going to have a text in here, and then we'll have a page variable. We call it result, and has no default value. What does this thing do? This adds one, right? But instead of adding an article, we're gonna do this, and we're gonna add action flow. In our wildcard search, I'm gonna search for design. Okay. So that's that. Maybe I should fix this thing as well. So that might. Yeah, so I think I should do it properly. So in action flow, when querying, I'm not gonna say just that. I'm gonna put the percentages there, which means it's a wildcard. Okay, we'll go back to here, and then this thing's just gonna invoke that, and then we'll set page variable result to my result. And this guy is gonna be a fit 100% and multi-line, and it's going to contain, maybe we'll even try markdown. I don't know what's going to show up, but we'll see. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Now if I just click, what happens? Ooh. So I found starts, which has design, maybe. Building apps was Moment. Starts build app. And index. So that's, apparently that's design. Maybe we'll try something else. Instead of design, we'll do database. Hopefully it doesn't return the same thing. That'd be bad. It's returning the same thing. That's not good. Let's take a look at what's actually running. Maybe if I just put in something really stupid, like code component. Not entirely stupid, it's just not something that people would usually search for. Oh, it's still searching for database. Code component. Okay, so I click that. Oh, now it goes to design. Interesting. Well, in that particular case, I think the keyword search is not going to be very effective because we don't have full text search. So we'll just use vector index search and then we'll go through the. All right, so in that case, we'll go for vector search as initial starting point, or use read index or read index as initial starting point. Okay. And then in here, we'll not have wildcard search. We'll just call it vector search. And then we'll get rid of this particular filter. We'll just do the sort and return 3 articles. Okay. And in this case, yeah, we can now search for better things, I think. Like in here, we'll go like the create a fully customizable React based front end component. Let's run it and see what comes back. Oh, I didn't deploy, so that's stupid. Did I not deploy? I think I did not deploy. It should be done. Yes, done. Run it. I think there's a bug here. Build a fully customizable React based front-end component. Copy this just in case. And then this says the right thing. But if I go AAA and then I go away and come back, it's also correct. Do something like that, go away. That is odd. That is very odd. How did I lose the change? Okay, but anyways, now this time we're gonna search for that, and it got starts. What else does it have? Build app and index. Huh. That is strange. If I search for code component directly, think there's something wrong with the index. Okay, I have to figure out what the hell is going on with the index. There must be some error. We'll do last hour. There is no error. In AI, warning, no. Info, all levels, nothing. Database. We want to search for article. Okay, that's the insert. Insert worked. In our action flow, output, loop articles, queries code component. Seems to be correct. Do that, and then do we have database access? No. Okay. Okay. We'll have to simplify this even more then. What was the then we don't even need this. We'll just go for read. And it will take a path, and that's it. And this will get the we'll query the article, query a single article where the path equals path. And output is just its content. Okay. So we have a read. Let's check our database again. We have an index as a starting point, but maybe, just maybe, we'll get all the paths for the AI, and it can choose which one to read. Okay, so I think that's a better strategy. Let's do that. We'll call it the knowledge base, and instead of that, we'll see based on the paths of all articles of document of moments documentation inside the database, determine which ones might be useful, read them, and read the document during that path. Read them using the tool, read them, do this iteratively until an answer can be formulated. Constraint, only use information found in the docs. I do have a visitor, so give me a few minutes. And this one, I'm just going to get rid of these. And I will have no limit and no filter. And let's see. Yeah, no filter, no nothing, just the path. And information found in the docs. Okay, so we'll do the read. And the path is just a path. We don't need a description. For now, there will be no structured output just yet. So the question then becomes, how do I build a community website? Actually, I should also put in some overarching information such as like what is Moment made out of or something like that. But for now, this will do. We'll see how it iterates through everything. Community website for with paywalled content. Not deployed. Okay, that is okay. We'll deploy it. So this should mimic. Yeah, okay, that's good. So I first looked at payment and looked at permissions, look at conditions in action. That's pretty quick. How to set up tutorial and building a community paywall content involves three main pillars: user management and permission control, enable login, create roles. Oh, it's not too bad. Database. How did it even find data model? But okay. Permissions. Okay, implementing the paywall, activate Stripe. With an order ID and amount. Okay, not too bad. Permission assign role, designing UI. Wow. That's actually surprisingly good. Holy crap. I mean, how do I make the how do I make the how do I design the payment page? Maybe we should just break down the thing even more and just let AI search through our entire doc. How do I design the payment page? Or maybe not the payment page. How do I design the content page? I am selling video courses and I'm selling video courses and accompanying material. Members will get unlimited access, where non-members will have to pay for each video. Also, once a user has access, he can query the video using AI. Using an AI chatbot. Videos content slash accompanying material using an AI chatbot. Okay, so I think this is wrong, by the way. Output token spent, so that's clearly wrong. Okay. It called 6 tools. It read AI data model. It read vector storage. Okay, it read conditional view, and it read design others, and read file management, data binding. Okay, data model setup, your course video, blah 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 blah, purchase record. Okay, so a couple of things that I need to put it in here is first naming conventions for the tables. Currently, it's like jumping from freaking singular to plural. Casing is inconsistent, and also the fact that we deal with binary assets in specialized system tables is not reflected in here. So, but everything else seems to be reasonable. Okay, so I will add that, and then we'll get that mostly from our moment cursor rules. Think binary asset upload. Okay, I'm just gonna copy something from here. That's a single sentence. That's pretty simple. Stored in Moments database. In pre-built system tables. Whenever the URLs are signed when used. So, and these assets appear as have their own types in normal users tables, e.g., i.e., image, video, and file. That's one. The other thing, Moments database. Okay, let's see if I can find something here that's useful. JWT, anonymous, okay. That's not needed. Okay, what about database? This is actually not too bad. I'll, I'll ignore the I'll ignore this. I'll put in all the relationships, system manage columns. Okay. I am going to just do this. That's a cheat, but we'll see how much we get out of this. All right, I am going to put this. I'm going to edit this. And I'll switch my view to window capture one. I'm gonna get rid of some, we don't care about GraphQL. We don't need about that. Tail metadata, we don't need any of that. That's an example. We don't need that. Okay, so that's good. We don't particularly need this. Okay. Image, file, and video. I think we have enough explanation here. We probably should have like a separate thing for or maybe just improve of documentation so that we don't need to do special stuff here. But since we don't have that, I'm gonna do something. Okay, that's that. Okay, what else? When suggesting table names, another thing, Moments database follows a strict 3/3 normal form using IDs as only as foreign key targets. Stick to lower camel, lower snake case. Singular in name. Okay, let's see if that works. I am wasting some tokens, but for now, these are cheap enough. A million tokens is like 30 cents. For 3/3 no staking dimensions, use the table. Okay, existing tables, and that's another thing. What default tables we have, right? All projects start with an account table, and when AI is enabled, have access to FC conversation, FC message, FC message content. What else we have? Let's take a look. To usage record. And to usage record. These each. If I search for, I don't think we explained this in the doc, so that's an issue. So we are getting more calls, and let's see. Does this make things better? Content, teaser text, okay, full body. Premium user has direct, that's correct. Payment tables, payment record, and recurring payment tables. It's missing the order table, but I don't know if it has checked it, but let's see. Yeah, so that's not bad. That's not bad. For logged in user, you can uncheck read permission full body. Yeah, that's good. Admin access, ensure row has full read access to all code. So sure. This is odd. Why is it called admin access? Row has full read. I think this is just AI going crazy. As anonymous or logged in, user sees teaser via conditional view, but don't have the premium role. Clicks on pay. Backend workflow triggers on success and assign role to user. Page refreshes, updates, and now detects new roles and shows full content. Okay, that's good. So yeah, so this We can now put it in here, and we'll have a little input. We call it the question, and instead of action flow, we're gonna use an AI, and we'll start a conversation, knowledge base. The question is gonna be this. We're gonna append the output to result, and the result is going to be a markdown. And when you click, in fact, there'd be another thing that needs to happen. We have to reset. And this is, okay, we have to first set page variable to empty text first. Otherwise, it's going to be very weird. Constant empty text. Okay. So let's give it a try. It's not very happy that I haven't synced the changes, so we'll sync the changes. Okay, so that's been synced. The annoying error message has gone away, and also let's make it slightly less ugly. This is always the most difficult part for me. Okay, something like that. Let's get started. Like, answer me. Oops. Oh, that's a bug. Now I know the bug. I am going to record this.